Welcome to Play Digital Signage Tutorials. Today we're going to look into how advertisers might manage their content and how they add their customers so that they can design their own content. In this first example, we're going to assume that the advertiser has a screen. This could be a large area LED screen or simply just a TV or maybe TVs around a store. Now, we want multiple advertisers on those screens, and those advertisers, we can call them customers. Now, we want our customers, those that actually advertise on the advertiser screen, to be designed in a 16:9 aspect ratio. So the first thing I will do is add some graphics. So I'll go into our library. I have a folder here called advertising. Let's open that up. Then upload assets. And in this case, let's just assume we have 3 customers who wants to advertise on our screens. So I have 3 ads. I will open those. Of course, it doesn't really matter what kind of format you or the customer is uploading. It can be JPEG, it can be PNG, SVG, and so forth. Let's just assume that these are ads, 3 ads. Now let's go into playlists, and we are going to create customer 1, default 16:9 aspect ratio. Save that. Then customer 2, also 16:9 aspect ratio. And finally, customer 3. Now, in my case, I would like my customer number 1 to be able to do his own designs. So I will share this playlist. I will enter in the email address, and I will choose whether or not he's able to publish the changes that he's doing to his playlist. When you share the playlist, that customer is going to receive an invite for Play Digital Signage. And when they sign up, they will have access to that playlist called Customer 1. They can upload their own files into their own library, and they will be able to use that in that playlist. In some cases, you might want to limit these customers in regards of time. And to do that, you can open up your settings and then the advanced, where you can put in a maximum allowed duration for this playlist. So if your customers only get 20 seconds of playtime, then you would put in 20 seconds. Let's save this. The same with customer number 2. We can share the playlist and we can open up settings and say maybe this customer only had a 10-second. Save that. Customer number 3, share the playlist or not. Open up your settings, go into advanced, put in the duration that they're allowed per slot. Now, just for the sake of this example, I will add some content. So I will open up my playlist number 1 and I will open assets, advertising, and choose the first one here. Maximize that. I will exit out and I will do exactly the same to the 2 other playlists. So now we have 3 different playlists, and each of these playlists belong to a customer. Those customers can or may not be able to create and design their own content. That is up to you. To set this up for scheduling, we go into groups and schedules. We will open up schedules, and then we're going to add a schedule. Now, I know as a fact that my screen or screens will be running from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I will set up a rule for that. Toggle on, repeat daily. As you can see down here, as default, the days of the week and the weekend has been chosen. I have my 3 customers and I have 3 playlists, so I will add these 3 playlists. So the last thing we have to do is set it for 8 a.m. We are using military time, so 20 is the same as 8. p.m. And this is all I gotta do. I set up my schedule for those 3 customers. I added the time of day, start and stop. And as you can see, all days of week and weekend has been chosen. From here, I hit publish and the content is now sent to all the screens that are online. And as you can see in the notifications on the right side, obviously I have 3 of my screens that are offline. So only 1 screen was actually published. Okay, so the next example is for those who have a screen where they want to have multiple zones, and in those zones, different ads from their customers. So again, I will go into my library, I will open up my advertising, upload assets, and in my case, I have 4 ads. I want to add those. So now that I've got my files, I will move into my playlists and I will start by creating what we call a master playlist. Now the screen in this case is default 16:9 and I'm fine with that. Now I gotta do a couple of modifications to my master before I move on. So I will edit my playlist and then I will set the background to black. Then I will open up my slide settings and I will pick or toggle on play this slide forever. Now save this, go back, and let's add our different customers. So the first one is customer number 1. And in this example, I will create a zone setup where the TV or the LED screen or whatever you're using is 16:9 aspect ratio. And I would like to have 2 columns and 2 rows. So if you divide that up, by the way, we do have a very comprehensive guide for doing zones, but in this case, I will just do the magic and then you can look in how I did that in another video. So for 2 columns and 2 rows, I would require playlists or content that are 960 times 540 in pixel. This of course is based on a high definition screen, not 4K. So this playlist will be 960 times 540 and then I can create. Now, just like we did in the first example, you do have the option of setting the max duration of these playlists. In this case, I will not do that because I've already shown you, and this is kind of a more extreme example. So let's create our customer number 2. And again, we are going to put in 960 times 540. Create. Now that we have our 4 playlists, we can add our content, open up the playlist, go into our assets, and add the content. And I will be doing exactly the same for all 4 of these customers. And there we go, 4 playlists, all with content. So moving backwards, we're going to open up our master. And then in the top, you'll find the playlist in playlist button. Let's open that up, add our 4 different playlists. Now that I've added my 4 playlists in my master, I actually don't have to ever edit that playlist again. You see it's right here, the master. And the master is the playlist that we're going to publish to all of our screens. Now, any changes made in the 4 other playlists that we made will automatically be published through the master. So in these playlists, you can naturally just add multiple slides in each of customer 1, 2, 3, 4's playlists, or you can even add another master with another 4 ads. And then do the same kind of procedure we did in the first example, where you schedule first the master 1, then the master 2, and so forth. These things kind of depend on how you want to manage your customers. And the most important thing here is, do you want your customers to actually be able to edit and publish their own designs, their content, or is that something that your company is doing? That's it for now. I hope this was easily understandable. And remember, if you have any questions, we have a 24/7 live chat on playsignage.com. Thank you.